Hello, Internet, and welcome to another episode of VGC Basics. Today, we will be talking about how to actually breed for competitive Pokemon. I'll be talking about items that you can use to get specific outcomes, and where is the best place to breed. Now, in order to start breeding, you probably need one of these handsome young fellows. And what's special about these Dittos is that they can breed with any Pokemon, except for other Ditto. So, if you have a Pokemon that you want to breed, and you have a Ditto, you can put that Pokemon and a Ditto in the Daycare, and then you will always get the other Pokemon, not the Ditto, hatching out of the egg that you want. In competitive Pokemon, you always want the maximum IVs, or you might want 0 IVs in a stat like speed or attack if you're a special attacker. So what you want to have is a Ditto with best IVs in all IVs and no good in speed if you want that, but otherwise you want to try and get a 5 or 6 IV Ditto so that you can breed and get better IVs without investing in bottle caps, which max out the IVs of a Pokemon. So in order to carry out IVs more than usual, you can use this item called the Destiny Knot. And what I mean by that is each Pokemon has 6 IVs. So you have 6 IVs from one parent and 6 IVs from another parent. So what the Destiny Knot does is it actually takes automatically, it gives the baby Pokemon 5 IVs from the Pokemon that holds the Destiny Knot. So if you give your 6 IV Ditto the Destiny Knot, then 5 of those IVs, which are all best, are going to go to the baby Pokemon, which is very, very nice in terms of conserving your resources and not investing in bottle caps to max the stats that you want. Next thing is an Everstone. Everstones are really cool in the fact that outside of battle, what they do is if your Pokemon would level up and evolve, if they're holding an Everstone, they don't evolve. But when it comes to breeding, what it actually does is if you have a Pokemon that has a certain nature and you put it in the Daycare, the Pokemon holding the Everstone will pass on its nature. So let's say you have an Adamant Grookey and you give it an Everstone and you put it in the Daycare, then all the Grookeys that hatch from your parent Grookey will always be Adamant nature, which is very nice when you're searching for certain natures. Next thing I'll talk about is hidden abilities. So each Pokemon has a first ability, sometimes a second ability, depending on the Pokemon, and a hidden ability. So when it comes to competitive Pokemon, sometimes you only want the hidden ability. And in order to get that, you need to go to raid dens in Sword and Shield, and then you can get a hidden ability Pokemon, and you have a chance to. You have to look up which specific dens have Pokemon that have hidden ability as a possibility. And then you have a 60% chance of passing on the hidden ability when you breed that Pokemon. So even though you might want to get that hidden ability, it might take a little bit. And it's especially annoying when you're trying to get a shiny Pokemon with the hidden ability, because there's only a 60% chance plus the 1 out of 1200 or something chance that you get a shiny, so it's very hard. But supposedly in the Crown Tundra, there's actually going to be a hidden ability capsule, just like the ability capsule can change one ability to the other ability, and vice versa. Supposedly in the Crown Tundra, there's going to be a hidden ability capsule which will change one of the regular abilities to the hidden ability. I don't know if it'll change back, but it's been proven that it is in the code, so there's that. Before I actually go any further, I just wanted to say where the daycare centers actually are. So there are 2 in Galar. There's one in the Bridgefield area, and there's one by Route 5. So depending on how you want to breed your eggs and stuff, you could go on the bridge in Route 5 and go back and forth on the bridge, or you could go in Bridgefield in the wild area and go in circles, I found is the best way to do it. So depending on how you want to go back and forth and breed. Next thing I want to talk about is actually Pokemon to actually help you hatch your eggs. So the Pokemon that I use is Scorch, but you can really use any Pokemon that has the abilities Flash Fire or Flame Body, and these two abilities help your eggs hatch faster. So that's just a little thing there. Last thing I forgot to mention actually is the Oval Charm, and what it does is it increases the rate at which your Pokemon will produce an egg from the Daycare. And the place where you get it is you have to go to Sirchester, and in one of the rooms actually there's this guy, and he works at Game Freak, and if you battle him he'll give you the Oval Charm, and I think even the Shiny Charm when you complete the Pokedex. So just a little thing there. Next thing I actually want to talk about is egg moves. And egg moves are kind of complicated, so I'm just going to pull up my boy Politoed on Cerebi. Each Pokemon has egg moves, and what that means is that they can only learn them if they are passed on from parents. As you can see, these are all the egg moves that Politoed can learn, and the way you get these is you can go to Cerebi.net, which I am at right now, and you can press details on one of the moves that you want. Let's say I want to have Haze on my Politoed, because Haze is pretty good. It eliminates all stat changes on the field. So what I can do is check, oh, these are parents that can learn it through level up. So you take a Quagsire or a Wooper, and then you take a male Quagsire or a male Wooper. You take it, it has to have Haze on it, obviously, and then you can breed it with a female Politoed or any of its evolution line, and then you can get a Poliwag, sorry, that knows the move Haze, and then you can level it up and evolve it into a Politoed, and then you'll have a Politoed with the move Haze. Now, let's say you have a female Quagsire that has Haze. So what you'll have to do is you'll have to breed it with a Ditto, and then until you get a male Quagsire, because you need a male Quagsire, because only the female of the female parent will be the Pokemon that you'll have the baby from. So when it comes to a Pokemon and a Ditto, it doesn't matter if the Pokemon is female or male, but the female Pokemon will always have the baby of their species, and the male one will not. So that's how you get egg Pokemons. And you might be asking, oh, but what if I have a Pokemon like Grimmsnarl, which is all male, and therefore can't have babies when you breed it with a different Pokemon? And to answer that question, if you look here, they don't have Grimmsnarl evolution chain does not have any egg moves. So there's that, which is very interesting, but it makes sense. What's cool about Sword and Shield is actually if you put two of the same Pokemon in the Daycare and one has the egg move and one doesn't, then you can pass the egg move from one to the other, and then both of them will have the egg move at the same time. So in the case of Politoed, I actually put the clip on now, but I gave one of them Splash, and then I passed it on to the other one, so then both of them have Splash, which is one of the egg moves that Politoed learns. So that's pretty nice. Instead of only being able to use the Pokemon that you hatched with the egg move, let's say you have a shiny that you want to specifically use and you need an egg move on it. So in this generation, you could just put two of the same Pokemon in the Daycare, and then they'll pass the egg move from one to another. But it has to be the same exact Pokemon. So if you're using a Politoed, you can only put a Politoed in with it in order to pass on the egg move. Last thing I want to talk about is the Masuda Method. So if you want to use competitive Pokemon in your teams, then the Masuda Method is what you want to do. It has a 1 in 682.7 chance, which is about 0.15%, which is very, very low, and 1 in 512 with the shiny charm. So obviously with the shiny charm it's much better, and I highly recommend getting the shiny charm if you're going to do this, because otherwise it's way worse. But anyway, the way you do the Masuda method is you take a Pokemon you take 2 Pokemon from 2 different regions. So you could say English and any other region, or Japan and any other region, right? So what I do is I take a 6 IV Ditto that is from a different country, because I use my Pokemon in English. So a different country, let's say Italy or something, and then I breed with that, because then I have Masuda method for all the Pokemon that I want. So this is just a short video, because it's pretty easy to breed. If you're not going for shinies, it's way easier, because you could just keep on breeding for the exact stats that you want and the exact nature and IVs. But I hope you enjoy. Please like, subscribe, and share with a friend, and I'll be back in the next video. Bye.